I'm Colin.
And I'm Graham. Our lives revolve around sport. Together we've been travelling the world, chancing our way into international sports events and representing Ireland.
Don't hit the people!
I'm like a fried chicken.
None of these events have ever seen an Irish team before, and boy, are they in for a shock. Our challenge is to represent Ireland in the Sumo World Championships in Japan. Sumo isn't exclusively Japanese, and the World Championships attract competitors from all over the globe. They fight in a 14-foot ring with the first person pushed out or driven to the floor losing. However, as an amateur competition, some wrestlers are more even than others. I've always wanted to take part in a sumo bout, and when I realised there was no Irish team, I went about setting up my own federation and selecting myself as the first ever Irish entrant into this sacred and revered sport. Accompanied by official coach Graham, perhaps the only person with less sumo experience than myself, we have arrived in Tokyo just days before the event. Seeking help, and a minor miracle, we need to practice sumo at every available opportunity. Hello everybody. I'd just like to say that Sumo Ireland has come here to Japan to represent Ireland at the World Championships. And if you have nothing to do on Sunday, that's this Sunday, we'll be in Osaka at Sakai City fighting for Ireland. So thank you very much, and if you want to leave any money, Graham will take that.
Around the bucket.
We'll pass around the bucket for Sumo Ireland, so give what you can.
We are amateur, we suffer for our art.
We're doing this for our country. With no response from the passengers on Tokyo's trains, we took to the streets seeking guidance from the sumo gods.
This is Ryogoku, where all the sumo wrestlers live. There's bronze statues of them all the way up the road, and you're supposed to rub them on the belly for good luck. That's right.
Oh, got my good luck. The lucky statue has worked. We have been granted unprecedented access to one of the world's most exclusive sumo training camps. The Oshima stable is quite literally the Man United of sumo, with the wrestlers handpicked as children for the sport, just like us. We've told them that in our country, wrestling is also a sacred activity, often accompanied by large quantities of strong liquor. Whiskey Irlando. Whiskey. He's going to drink it now.
Oh, please don't drink it now.
Even though he eats about 6 buckets of rice a day, Fat Boy still can't hold his drink and challenges me to a wrestle. You're strong. See when that guy Yosan, like when he grabbed me and was showing me that move, he just threw me away like a rag doll. Yeah. That was just freaky.
So has that made you more confident for next Sunday or less confident?
No, he told me, like, in fact, he gave me one rule. He said when I'm fighting somebody bigger than me, which is always, that I must put my head on their chest. So it's going to be basically like this, head to the chest there, rather than trying to headbang straight away. That's what he was saying.
That's for smaller guys, that's to give them an advantage.
And then to try and do some fantastic moves that I completely don't understand. So I'm dead. What we have learned from Oshima Stable is that if Sumo Ireland is to have any hope at all, I must lead with the head in a manoeuvre known as the bull frontal. Roscommon's John Gunning has followed a traditional sumo lifestyle in Japan for 7 years. And after extensive email contact,
he believes that we are genuine sumo enthusiasts. John has agreed to give us a masterclass in the bull frontal in a local park. But first, we must negotiate our way through Tokyo's homeless. Despite an injury in which a 20-stone 13-year-old shattered his shoulder, John's devotion to the sport remains undiminished. Our first lesson is in the art of the pre-match psych-out.
First, this is one where you're creating the whole aura around yourself and you're showing them that you're confident and that you're going to beat them.
Chest out.
Yeah, okay. chest out. That's it. You're a man. You're going to drive them straight out of the ring. I can do it. I don't need to boast about it. I'm going to beat you. You're a sumo wrestler, but you don't know what you're doing. I do. I'm going to win and I'm going to fight the big guy next. That's what you're thinking, right? Make eye contact, but it's like a nothing. He's just some guy. He's the first round guy that you're going to have to beat to go into the serious competition. Okay, keep your hands behind that line. Okay, ready? Hakio! Yes. That's it. You have the position now, Graham. You have the position. Keep your head low. Get your head down. Get your head down. Nakata, 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 nakata. Nakata, nakata.
If you go too low, it's dangerous.
It is, but you don't want the fight to be long. You want the fight to be as short as possible. American football, no helmets, drive into them, fight club, kill them. So come on, into position. You ready? That's it. Hakioi! That's it. Drive forward. You've got the position. Chest to chest. Chest to chest. Graham, drive him forward. That's it. You're keeping. The only thing, lads, like, okay, both of you are keeping your heads up. Yeah. Okay, I want to do one. I'll take Graham's position just for a second to show you what will happen. Okay, attack the chest. But see if I can. Now I've got a hand inside. So with this position, what they will do is they will grab this one, they'll push it, and get in like this. Okay. They'll drive you back like that.
The head is the weapon.
The head's the weapon.
I mean, a lot of people have the image of sumo as fat guys in nappies pushing each other around. You've come here now, you've seen the reality of it. We're hitting someone with our head to head full contact. You get that coconut sound. A couple hours ago I would have said, against the Mongolians, against the Japanese, maybe no chance at all. Now you have a fighting chance.
Hey,
a bit more training, lads, you could actually get them in. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Do us proud, lads. You know?
We'll try. We're not there just to make up numbers.
They're not Cyprus. Don't worry about them.
John, thanks very much.
Thanks.
All right,
take care
talk you soon, lads. Take it handy. Good luck.
Bye.
See ya. Oh, I just thought it was a bit of pushing in a nappy. It's more than that. It's headbutting in a nappy.
The Irish Embassy in Tokyo has put on a special reception to wish Team Ireland well. Little do they know that I have never seriously practiced sumo before today, and that official coach Graham doesn't even know how to put on the sumo nappy, which is known as the mawashi.
All of this for Sumo Ireland. It's clearly gone a bit mad.
Are you ready, guys?
Yes. Ambassador Scannell and Mrs. Scannell, thank you so much for this evening, for hosting this. We have full respect for sumo, endorse all its traditions, cultures and traditions again, and we hope to win a medal for Ireland. But if not a medal, what we mainly hope to achieve is respect.
Thumbs over.
The formality's over, it's down to the serious business of drinking and womanizing.
How do you say Ireland?
Irlando.
Irlando. Irlando.
Irlando.
Irlando.
Gambare.
Yeah, you got to cheer.
Gambare Irlando.
Gambare means come on.
Gambare.
Gambare Irlando.
Irlando.
Gambare Irlando.
However, it's not just me striking it lucky.
Gambare Irlando. I know it sounds so sexy. Do you have some Japanese girlfriends who might like to come? I'm looking for a wife. Really? Honest, I'm looking for a wife.
I think the ambassador's wife would like us to leave now.
I think we should leave it there.
I have never seen such brown nosing in my life.
God, I should have put my mawashi on my nose.
With the night still young, there is time for one more traditional sumo ceremony, changing into a nappy in a public toilet.
Bend over.
Michael said that in the bathroom as well and he got in trouble.
Beer drinking is one way to put on large quantities of weight quickly, though we soon discover it is not favoured by sumo wrestlers, as the 8-metre mawashi doesn't have a zipper.
Ireland. Thank you. Bye-bye.
One day before the Sumo World Championships, and we're heading to Japan's second largest city, Osaka. The opening ceremony is being held in a city centre hotel, and after a light lunch, the teams introduce themselves to their opponents.
Mr. Ichihara to say a couple of words. We hope to win tomorrow in the individual and the teams event. He's our poster boy, Mr. Ichihara, and the Japanese team. Thank you very much.
Whatever the chances of me lifting the World Sumo crown, there's no doubt that Team Ireland will win the talent competition hands down.
And now is Ireland. Ireland is the first time competitor in this Sumo World Championships.
In the history of the sport.
And we welcome them.
We only have one competitor, Colin Carrot, but we only need one competitor because we only want one.
I'm gonna win! I'm gonna win! 'Cause I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love sumo.
Osaka is home to one of Japan's holiest shrines, and visiting it is like the Ireland soccer team visiting the Pope before the World Cup. If there is a Shinto god, perhaps tomorrow I'll wake up as a 40-stone colossus. We don't know if wearing a mawashi is permitted here, but we're about to find out. Sakai Stadium is the Croke Park of sumo, and tomorrow this place will be jam-packed with spectators and the world's media. The Mongolian team are also here for their pre-fight ritual, but there's an awkward moment when, after touching the sacred clay, they realise that our mawashis are on back to front. Just goes to show how much we have to learn before tomorrow's big event.
He wants to do the bull frontal.
Yes, please. Thank you.
No bull frontal for me.
No. So, kill me,
Kill him,
and be gentle with him.
and I want to live till tomorrow. It's our first win!
Sumo Orlando!
Later that evening, the World Sumo Congress meets, and the draw for the following day's World Championships is made. Sumo ritual demands that I am barred from this event and must wait for Coach Graham with news of which opponent I will face.
Just finished the men's lightweight draw. I'm not going to bother waiting for the rest. So the good news or the bad news?
Give me the bad news.
Bad news is you're fighting the world champion.
I'm fighting the world champion.
Yeah. You're fighting
I'm fighting the world champion.
Vitaly Tikhenko from Ukraine. 2005 Sumo World Championships. 2005 World Games champion. Oh my God, he's been world champion the last 3 years in a row.
I'm fighting the best man in the world.
Yeah. I'm not kidding you.
Can you get an air ambulance for me now?
I swear to God. I couldn't believe it.
Funny thing is this, you know, this is real time right here and now. Somebody someday down the line will be watching this sitting at home and not realising that this is real. It's not just TV.
You can tell that by the expression on your face. I've never seen you look so
I
pale.
feel sick.
As the tournament begins, the word kamikaze springs to mind. Not only is Vitaly Tichenko reigning 3 times world champion, he is also at least 10 kilos heavier than me and a well-known Russian cage fighter. Mark Buckton is editor of one of the world's leading sumo magazines, and he has followed Tichenko's career for some time.
That's him in white.
So he's gone straight for the get him down, pull him
Get him down, you're right. So he just goes to grab your head and knock you to the ground.
Sure.
Shit, he's actually behind us.
What, the guy I'm fighting?
Yeah, that's him right behind us, lying down.
You're kidding me.
That's isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
Will I shake with my opponent across the way, do you think? Or will we keep it?
No, I don't. This might be him. Is this him?
But it is the Ukrainian who approaches us from behind, only to tell us that his manager would like a word.
And is that your man behind me?
Будет письмо на вашего премьер-министра Ирландии.
You come Ukraine.
Yeah.
He need to come Ukraine.
Президент Украины,
This President
премьер-министр
Federation Ukraine.
Ирланд, family, весь твой.
Okay. So you'll invite the Prime Minister of Ireland to come to the Ukraine to watch me fight?
Yes,
no problem. Bertie Ahern will come. Good luck today, Ukraine. And if your world champion doesn't kill me, I will come. Okay?
Если ваш чемпион его не бьет, то он приедет.
In times of trouble, the Irish pull together. And Roscommon's John Gunning has arrived to give us one last training session. And he is wearing his lucky black mawashi, which he hasn't washed in over 7 years.
What do the tattoos mean?
Sincerity.
Seriously?
No.
You support Irlando? Irlando.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm not. I'm eternally young.
24.
I'm young. I'm 35 years young.
不過32 years old.
32 years old. Okay.
When is your birthday?
I gotta go take care of a little world champion. I'll be back.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I will.
Thank you. I will win. Yes.
Every day.
Thank you.
It's the worst draw in history, like. The beginner against the world champion. There's a guy in his group, this Slovakian, is only 60 kilos. He could have got him, or he could have got the Indian who hasn't fought before. He's ended up getting the best fighter in the entire competition. And there's a bit of debate about what he's going to do. Is he going to use the bull frontal, or is he going to stand up and try and dodge him? I think if he goes in 2 minds, he's just going to end up out of his mind. Like, he's going to get his head taken off, seriously. Gunning's going to give us some tips now, important. Unfortunately, Colin doesn't have the Gunning Power S. This could be crucial. All comes down to the S. Who's got the fattest ass?
With the World Championship bout looming, we should really be taking this seriously. But the stench of John's nappy, unwashed throughout a 7-year wrestling career, makes it very hard for us to keep a straight face.
Keep the elbow up on the other side.
The other side.
Yeah, now push with the inside hand. That's it. Yeah. First man ever to represent Ireland in sumo. All you can do is, you know.
Thanks, Tim.
Maybe I should be playing the green fields of France or something for you.
I'm just about to have the opening ceremony here. A proud moment in my life, carrying the Irish flag for Ireland. First time in 2,000-year-old sport of sumo. Sumo national anthem. Sumo! There's a special sumo song they're playing for the opening ceremony. I guess it's going to be in the Eurovision next year. I could sing it, Irish entry in the Eurovision. Sumo, sumo. You don't know? Oh, some big guys. Huh? Okay. Hey, how you doing? What country? Hungary. Hungry. Don't look hungry.
38 countries are taking part in this year's championship, and though you wouldn't think it to look at them, they have been training all year round. You must remember that this is sumo, and in the world of sumo, fat is beautiful.
East for Ukraine. West for Ireland. Carrot, Colin.
It's deeply ironic that the first time I'll take part in a proper sumo bout is in the World Championships against the world champion. Let's hope that I come out alive. I come out of the traps as planned, executing a perfect bull frontal, only for the referee to call a false start.
Come on, Colin!
That was the most embarrassing thing of my life. I'd rather take up baking.
Sumo, that is the shittest thing you can do, jump out of the way. It's a legal move, but it's what shits do. You know.
So he knew I was going to headbutt him and he jumped out of the way.
That's what scumbags do to win.
No,
That's fucking annoying.
In professional sumo, people boo when that happens.
Boo!
No, you don't.
I mean, he's world champion for the last 2 years. There's no need for him to do a henkan slap aside. It is like it's.
So what does it mean doing that?
It is chicken shit sumo completely. If he was somebody who was smaller than you, like fair enough. But I mean, he's won the thing twice. He doesn't need to do that.
The Sumo World Championships are over, and thankfully Vitaly Tichenko's chicken shit sumo has been defeated, with the world lightweight crown being won by Hosane Yoshimoto, a new Japanese star. But what about the bull frontal?
Bull frontal is something that's gone down the history of sumo as being Ireland's only move in sumo ever.
Yeah.
What to do? Take the bull frontal.
Kind of went down in flames, didn't it?
The bull frontal.
It was treated with enormous contempt by the Eastern Europeans. Bull frontal, what is bull frontal?
Bull frontal I slap.
Get out of green.
Green fly away. Green fly, you fly.
I swat green fly. Out. Good, leave.
You and bull frontal, you got no head.
Sumo is full of unusual rituals, such as the ass slap, which Coach Graham is determined to master before we leave Japan.
The ass slap is actually much harder than it looks. You've got to kind of size up where it is before you slap, because you need to get the under bit, the sort of jelly belly bit, you know, the wobbly bit at the bottom. That's the prime ass slap position, and I keep on missing. It's very difficult to kind of check it out before you do it. It gives the game away.
And despite Ireland's glorious failure, John Gunning still believes that we can leave Osaka with pride.
You did as good as anyone. You did the right sumo.
John,
Next year,
top man.
Next
top
year,
coach.
the next year we'll all be in it.
Definitely.
Hopefully.
We want to everything, John.
No problem.
Good to meet you.
Take it handy.
Great to meet you.
All right.
Ross Common Pride.
Have a safe journey home, lads.
Yeah. Take care.
Take it handy.
See you.
All right. Good luck.
See you, John. Take care.
Bye. See you, John.
你问我什么都不知道，我问你可是在改变。世界上人类都像麻木，这生活真不好说。你问我什么都不知道，我问你何时才会改变。世界上人类都像麻木，这生活真不好说。
World Championships in Japan. Sumo isn't exclusively Japanese, and the World Championships attract competitors from all over the globe. They fight in a 14-foot ring with the first person pushed out or driven to the floor losing. However, as an amateur competition, some wrestlers are more even than others. I've always wanted to take part in a sumo bout, and when I realised there was no Irish team, I went about setting up my own federation and selecting myself as the first ever Irish entrant into this sacred and revered sport. Access to one of the world's most exclusive sumo training camps. The Oshima stable is quite literally the Man United of sumo, with the wrestlers handpicked as children for the sport, just like us. We've told them that in our country, wrestling is also a sacred activity, often accompanied by large quantities of strong liquor.
Whiskey Irlando.
Whiskey.
He's going to drink it now.
Please don't drink it now.
Even though he eats about 6 buckets of rice a day, Fat Boy still can't hold his drink and challenges me to a wrestle. Accompanied by official coach Graham, perhaps the only person with less sumo experience than myself, we have arrived in Tokyo just days before the event. Seeking help, and a minor miracle, we need to practice sumo at every available opportunity.
Hello everybody. I'd just like to say that Sumo Ireland has come here to Japan to represent Ireland at the World Championships. And if you have nothing to do on Sunday, that's this Sunday, we'll be in Osaka at Sakai City fighting for Ireland. So thank you very much, and if you want to leave any money, Graham will take that.
Around the bucket.
We'll pass around the bucket for Sumo Ireland. So give what you can.
We are amateur, we suffer for our art.
We're doing this for our country.
With no response from the passengers on Tokyo's trains, we took to the streets seeking guidance from the sumo gods.
This is Ryogoku, where all the sumo wrestlers live. There's bronze statues of them all the way up the road, and you're supposed to rub them on the belly for good luck. That's right.
Oh, got my good luck.
The lucky statue has worked. We have been granted unprecedented access. I'm Colin.
And I'm Graham. Our lives revolve around sport. Together we've been travelling the world, chancing our way into international sports events and representing Ireland.
I'm like a fried chicken. None of these events have ever seen an Irish team before, and boy, are they in for a shock. Our challenge is to represent Ireland in the Sumo